Why do you say Deadlock Pro Play isn't real? Because there's not a single professional player on the planet. The only ones that could even remotely call themselves professionals are the streamers, like the big streamers, like Vegas and Crayon and them. How do I say this? You might be thinking like being pro is relative to the competition that's available. And if you are like among the best in the tournaments that exist, in the scene that you're playing in, and the game that you're on, then you're like a pro. And I can understand that argument and that way of thinking, but having worked on professional teams and with professional players, I can tell you that there's a huge difference, a massive difference between the pros that you think are pros right now in this game in an early scene with no support, and pros that are actually playing on salary, out of facilities with each other, doing media days, going to events, and like dealing with like the practice rooms and the hotels and still being able to perform at a high level. So like when you become a pro, it's like you are signing to an organization and you are representing that organization. And there's a lot of weight that comes with that. It's like Spider-Man, guys. It's like you're behaving differently, but still trying to perform in the game. When you're going to LAN events, and like, I don't know how many LAN events you've been to, but like, or how many have you really seen at a granular level behind the scenes. As a professional player, there's way more to your day and to your week than just like playing the game on stage. You are showing, you're flying in and out, you're going to hotels, you're in the lobby with all these professional players, you're maintaining a professional relationship with all these coaches and players that you're around, you know, because you're all in the same hotel 90% of the time. And you're doing media days. The tournament organizers are asking you to come in to do sound check and stage check and stuff at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., whatever. You're coming in, you're setting up your peripherals, you're doing walkthroughs, you're doing rehearsals, usually the day before a tournament. All of the players, all the teams have to come and do rehearsals. There's a lot. My point is there's a lot that goes on. It's like a job. And there's a huge difference between being a player who is good, who's like a top 10 player who can get like rank 1, which is great, takes great skill, and I'm not diminishing that. There's a huge difference between a person that can get rank 1 out of the comfort of their bedroom in their mom's house, playing the game 10 hours a day straight, versus a person that has to balance actually like doing a job while also being the best in the world. And there's a huge weight. It's understated, but there's a huge weight to having an organization behind you, because you're getting signed to a contract, meaning like it's not like a buddy team where like if something goes bad, you can just like kick somebody. That's not how it works. That's why like all these teams in the Deadlock scene, it's a joke, because it's just every tournament there's some drama and people are getting kicked. It's just amateur shit. And a professional team, it's like you might get signed to a year-long contract or whatever in 2 years, and people are uprooting their lives and moving to a facility, for example, and playing out of facilities, and like they're your co-workers. You're working together, and you have to like be able to deal sometimes with teammates that you don't work perfectly with, and you're not winning, but you still have to figure it out, and you have to like work harder to figure out how to make it work. There's a huge difference. I don't mean to be too long-winded, but there's a huge difference, dude. So it's not that a lot of the players that are competing right now can't be professionals, and a couple of them were, like Hydration was a professional player. Even if you aren't paid, you could be a pro at something. A professional is just an expert. I don't agree with that. Someone who's been painting for 20 years is a professional, regardless of whether or not they're getting paid, because they would be significantly better. No, we have a different understanding. I don't agree with that understanding of the word professional. But I do, by the way, and it doesn't just mean, to me, professional doesn't just mean getting a paycheck to play the game. That's not, or to do anything. There's a completely different daily lifestyle of being a professional player. Like to be rank 1, playing and grinding the game 12 hours from the comfort of your home, drinking Coke Zeros and with the lights off is like way different than like having the pressure of an organization, dealing with stuff that you don't want to have to deal with, being on stage with the lights on your fucking face and all the tech problems and the loud noises behind you, and still being able to perform. Those players are exceptionally better than ladder players. Okay, and that's why there's a difference. Pro players, you aren't just a pro for being good at the game. I hope that makes sense. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a team game, and 90% of the work that goes into winning the game is before you even load. That's true too. But like these amateur teams now, these teams that are competing in Deadlock. Sorry, I'll play the game. They're not practicing. I mean, they're showing up and scrimming, although like it is pretty shit. Like they're not really developing much. Like when I watch these scrims, it's like they're streaming them and there's really very little strategy. And like when you ask them how the scrims go, they say, "Oh, scrims are good today. We won every game." But like that doesn't mean anything. Like winning every game is fucking dumb. Like if you're winning every game, you're actually probably not practicing very well. Like there's a multitude of things to unpack there, but they're scrimming. These teams are scrimming, and they are the best players in the game. I'm not like taking that away from any of them, but it's a lot different when the game comes out and teams are actually getting signed to real organizations, not fucking FPSL or whatever. It takes it to the next level outside of being bedroom shit and being like actually a job, and it's a completely different game. And I'm only saying, I'm not, guys, like, first off, I'm not like a pious person that is like, oh, I'm righteous in what I believe is true. I'm just like, I have a unique perspective on this because I have spent 8 years of my life in rooms with professional players on my teams, on other people's teams. I've run tournaments for professional teams. I've seen these contracts. I've negotiated these contracts. I know how it goes. There's a significant difference between professional players and just like good players. It's completely different. But I think like the average person that watches the tournaments, like MLC, thinks like, oh, these are the pro teams. It's just not the same. Like, it's fun, but it's just not the same, dude. And it's not that serious. And then there's another thing. It's like when there's actually money at stake, when you're playing $1 million tournaments, also the gameplay elevates. Like right now you're playing for $5,000. That's not shit, bro. That's the same fucking 20 people playing for $5,000 every week. Once there's $1 million on the line, plus contracts, plus fucking deals, I'm telling you, dude, it's a different game. These players will be way better. The competition will be way better. Stuff matters way more. Nobody's gonna be fucking streaming scrims. That's pro play. Like when you're actually fucking just grinding the game to win $1 million. That's pro play. Again, I'm not taking away from what they're doing right now in the competitive scene, but it is a lot different. So that's why I can't like call them pro players. It's just not there yet. It will get there. It's just not there yet. That's what I'm trying to say.